coming from FXL here. The Fenrir Mordex at that. This time I think rocking like community color V2 or whatever. But still, Fenrir Mordex, which I think we all know and love and recognize because of a certain person whose name rhymes with Bandborn. But
I've not heard that before, but that's a great way to put it. Now, we are getting started, and I mean, these guys, they're already playing with immense fervor as we are just swinging in all directions. Poe, I feel like Poe has gotten a lot of hits, but it's not really reflected on this HP coming out from FXL. He's been able to answer a lot of them very, very well so far.
Okay, and Poe trying to swing with this axe here, gets caught by the gauntlets. Those gauntlets were doing so well in that vow that we saw before that I'm sure that FXL probably feels right at home on this Mordex, but Poe has had so much time to go ahead and warm up, right? FXL, if you want to talk about people being cold, FXL's been cold for a bit now because since we saw that winners finals, we've had quite a few elimination bracket matches to get through before FXL got a chance to play again. But despite that, still getting the first stock and still looking comfortable.
Yeah, Poe has won the game over FXL in terms of being warmed up, and he had it against frydasole of all people, 3-0ing as we just came from, which, if anything, could be a pretty substantial mental boost going into this game, which could have a pretty significant effect. So far, though, you are looking at quite an even game. But man, it might not feel it by the attacks, but this movement, this pressure feels fast-paced.
Ooh, wow, nice catch from FXL. Tries to read a high return back to the stage. He's gonna wait patiently here, bait a little bit, throws out that side sig. Poe doesn't bite, takes as much time as they need to go ahead and try to see if they can get a little bit of more comfort before. Oh no. Oh, that's gonna be your stuff.
Oh yeah, that's it.
No touch.
That's it.
No touch.
Super, super clean there coming out from FXL. A really, really large part about being an amazing player is that you can't mess up on the simple things. And it's in these situations. You're in grand finals. This is when nerves catch up and you mess up on the simple things. But FXL is looking super, super consistent, using great movements, great options at every encounter. But Poe is going to get that stock off of him with a dare off stage.
Okay. So all things considered, pretty close game here. Poe is behind a fair amount as far as damage goes. But once again, I can only say it so many times, Cannon plus Zul means one wrong guess, and the game could just be over. Ooh, wait a second here. And that's just going to be the game. I mean, a little bit anticlimactic, I think, in terms of the ending there. But sometimes it is just that simple.
Yeah, and especially if you're a scythe player that is like always constantly looking for the next attack, being able to have the patience to sit back and just be like, no, he's knocked out, that's fine. I don't need to go down and throw out another attack. Don't listen to the intrusive thoughts of going down and doing another 8 attacks just because I feel like it. That side of control is the side of a really, really good scythe player in a lot of cases.
Yeah, now we're gonna see if this is gonna be a clean sweep. I don't think it will be. I do think Poe is gonna be able to get some games on the board. Whether or not Poe is able to reset is to be determined, but I think the potential is there.
Yeah, I mean, both FXL and Poe have like super, super strong reads, which they're able to rack up so much damage from, but it feels like so far FXL's neutral is just a little bit stronger. He's able to find way more of those openings, and I feel like a common factor for a lot of players that have really, really good dodge reads, it's usually those tended to have a little bit more predictable dodges, right? Because you're so focused on your opponent's dodge all the time, you might not be paying as close attention to your own. So it would be interesting to see if we get kind of a back and forth of that. But for that to even happen, Poe needs to assert himself in this neutral here.
All right, let's see what Poe has to say about that. Trying to find these hits with the cannon, man, just to get a stray nair there, but not much else as FXL trying to dance around them. Poe going for a read there, and that's the tough part about cannon, right? Is like, if you spend your dodge on a gravity cancel going for a read, and you do not get the correct read, as we just witnessed, Poe lost his entire stock for it.
Spawning back in. He's gonna have to try and find a quick knockout before FXL just takes this lead and runs away with it. He's able to rack up more and more damage, but Poe, he finds that there. The ground pound, that is enough, and FXL, he catches the recovery. That's going to be it. It was over. It was already over. See, that's the thing. FXL, he had the knockout. I didn't keep good enough track of his options. I think he could have just got him back onto the stage after that.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking like, for a moment, maybe, because I don't know if he had enough. Maybe it was like, all right, I know your stock is gone, but is there a way that I can hit you, keep your stock on, and get back to the stage? And I don't think he was able to find it. But Poe, I mean, at this point, is trailing behind by quite a bit. An entire stock, and FXL is continuing to cook here, and this is all she wrote. Good night!
Oh my god. FXL closing out yet another game. And I do want to mention, I mean, my only criticism of FXL's attack in that game was literally that he is hitting too many attacks. Like, I feel if you're getting to that point, I mean, your gameplay is pretty solid.
No way. Now this Mordex is cooking, man. I mean, the dodge reads have been phenomenal. Got the turnaround down sig, active input to the right side to go ahead and say, yeah, this game too was over the moment it started. That was a dominant showing from FXL.
FXL looking so strong in this set so far. Is Poe going to be able to bounce back up and regain his composure, or is FXL just going to keep hitting him with these gauntlet strings?
And it's wild because it feels like we just started this grand finals, right? But now we are potentially at the end of it. If FXL wins right here, that's going to be it. But Poe, not looking to allow that to happen.
Yeah, Poe is standing in the way of that happening. Trying. I've been saying many times he needs to regain the composure. I don't know if that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing perhaps a little bit more confident Poe going for a lot of these openings here. Able to really, as I said, assert himself in the neutral space. FXL, super far out. Poe doesn't want to commit too hard to the offstage. Very wise choice. FXL super strong offstage. Goes out for that dare, but he's able to slip his way back up.
Ooh, and a full damage lead on top of a stock lead for Poe right now. If Poe's able to get this stock, will be in a very pristine position to go ahead and try to move on further here, but that should be the stock. Won't be able to drift after getting hit by that sider from FXL, and FXL is now looking to go ahead and bring things back. Based off of what we saw from this scythe in that last game, I believe that FXL can do it. Poe needs to be careful.
Oh, it's so doable for FXL, but Poe, I mean, FXL, he's in an uphill battle right now. Poe, he has the full stock lead. He's looking more confident than ever. Finding these combos left and right, going for these big callouts offstage, gets that dare. This is the Poe that we know and love on this cannon offstage. FXL wants to try and find an answer, but he's not able to find any kind of exploitable position.
All right. And FXL trying to get unanswered hits here as well. Doesn't want to trade with Poe at this point. Down to the final stock. This down air is a good start. Gets the dodge as well. Going to carry Poe to the side. That side air is not going to hit, but the second one will. And one ground pound, maybe? No, actually tries to get the D-light when Poe's going above the lip of the stage, but it doesn't connect. And now Poe has another chance to stay relevant on the second stock. What a reaction.
Ooh, yeah. The spot dodge into the neutral sig. Tried and true read on the Mordex. He's going to be able to close out that stock. Poe is so close to closing it out, and he's able to do it with the wake up. Quick Sare, you're on Zog. We said it time and time again. 9 strength, man, that's going to be enough to find that knockout. You're basically overcompensating at that point.
Yeah, no.
Flying across the screen.
Fantastic. That's all I got to say. Fantastic, right? I mean, I was a little bit worried that it was going to be a shutout 3-0 victory for FXL, but Poe managing to put a point on the board. Now we're 2-1. Poe has to win 2 more games to even get a bracket reset, then win 3 more after that. So he's definitely still got some work to do here, but now we've at least shown that we can accomplish some of the task.
Oh my god. Dude. The game has barely started. The game has barely started, and FXL, he just keeps going every time and time again. Poe, I mean, okay.
That's the stock. Jeez, FXL.
That's the stock, dude. That's the stock. Poe is not allowed to play the game.
Oh, FXL. The scythe looking so hard to deal with. Has done a really good job of getting those 50-50s as well with that side light, and then guessing, are you gonna be left or right? I'm gonna go for the end light follow-up, and then converting that into the 70 damage true scythe string that you get if they don't have a dodge.
It's the movement too. FXL's movement is looking so crisp. Poe is starting to use panic options. Mashing around FXL. FXL with crisp movement just puts himself in the right position to find a punish time and time again. I mean, look at that. Able to not find the knockout. So close though.
Nice.
There. Oh, ground pound is going to do the job.
Okay, Poe, not out of it yet, but definitely getting smothered a little bit. FXL manages to disarm Poe as well, throwing out these end lights, no weapon on Poe, tries to get the side air, and the ground pound is actually going to be the one that seals the deal here. FXL on tournament point, yet again, throwing out the reads like he's serendipitous. Said, hold on, it's time to get schooled. 70 damage! 70 damage!
The read, the C-mode into the 70 damage. Throughout the read C-mode, and he does indeed read. What is going on? FXL just running back and forth. He is in so much control. He's in so much control of this game right now. Does he get overconfident though? It's still possible for Poe, but it's going to be so hard. FXL, it looks like he has Poe completely figured out. Dare comes out.
Oh, at this point, FXL can just pick a sig if he wants to. Is it going to be the end sig, the side sig, the down sig? Is it just going to be the side air? Poe saying, hold on, don't count me out just yet. I can go ahead and bring myself back. This ground pound is me talking to you. At this point, Poe has to play pristinely. FXL, he just has to get that cheeky stuff. You've already done everything difficult. Oh, that's not so far.
Single option is all you need at this point. The end lights. Just barely not enough. He's looking for that Sair. He's looking for any kind of option here. And Lights tries to go for the second one. It's not going to be enough. The damage is slowly racking up on FXL. And Lights. And that is going to be it. We have the first champion of a MENA tournament. It is going to be FXL.
Wow, FXL came to play, man. It felt like when FXL was winning, FXL was winning.